lesson plan of quarter 1 subject area English grade level grade 7. So in quarter 1 grade 11 we have a week 1 to 9. So Miss Macadato will explain the week 1.
Okay, good morning, ma'am. I'm Macadato Norhania, and in grade 7 level, they have a week 1. So week 1 is learning competences. Learning competences is they have RC1, LC1. So RC1 is use the appropriating reading style, scanning, skimming, speed reading, intensive reading, and etc. For one's purposes. So LC1 is recognize the prosodic features, volume, projection, pitch, stress, intonation, junctures, and speech rate that serve as carriers of the meaning. And then in learning competences, they have also a learning objectives. So learning objectives, they have cognitive, affective, psychomotor. So cognitive, they are called the events of the literature they listen. Affective, they call gather ideas. So, and then psychomotor, they can express their statement come from the stories. And then assessment. Assessment, they have a pre-assessment, formative assessment, and summative assessment. So, pre-assessment is concept mapping the prosodic feature and reading style. And then formative assessment is listening. So, and then summative assessment is true or false. And then strategies, concepting, mapping, digital picture use. And the next is day 2. Day 2 is, they have also a VD1 and RC1. So VD1 distinguish between slang and colloquial expressions in conversation. And then RC1 scan for specific information. And then in the day 2, they have also a cognitive, affective, psychomotor. So cognitive will define the slang and colloquial expression. And then affective differentiate the slang and colloquial expression. And then psychomotor construct their own conversation. So they can also construct their own conversation according to the psychomotor. And then day 2, they have also a pre-assessment, formative assessment, summative assessment. So pre-assessment is Venn diagram. And then formative assessment, loud and clear assign into pairs. So in this formative assessment, they also assign into pairs or in a group. Then summative assessment, Venn diagram differentiate the slang and colloquial expression. And the last is dialogue Venn diagram. And then they have also a day 3 in the grade 7 level. So, in the day 3, we have a OL1, WC1. So, OL1 is read words, phrases, clauses, sentences, and paragraphs using the correct reduction of vowel and consonant sounds, diphthongos, and blends and glades. Then WC1 is recognize the common purposes for writing. And in this day 3, they have also a cognitive, affective, psychomotor. Cognitive will determine the common purposes of writing. And then affective is called amaze the conversation they read. And then psychomotor correct the sentence if writing is wrong. So they can also correct the sentence if it is wrong. And then pre-assessment. Pre-assessment is concept map, common purposes of writing. Formative assessment, reading activity assigned into pairs. So they are same explanation with the day 2. And summative assessment, determine and examine the sentence if these were written correctly. Then the last is concept map oral activity. And then we have also day 4. Day 4, we also have a 3S1, BC1, and GS1 is observe correct subject verb agreement. And BC1 use structural analysis to determine the meaning of unfamiliar words or expression from the material view. And then cognitive determine the noun and the verb in the sentence. Affective is describe where is the noun and the verb. And then the psychomotor use the structural analysis to understand unfamiliar words. So they are also day 4 is they have also a free assessment. Pre-assessment is Venn diagram, concept map, and then formative assessment is reading a story, conversation. And then summative assessment is generalization concerning subject-verb agreement. There are 3 is. And then last is the concepting mapping Venn diagram. So in week 2 and week 9, I didn't explain it because the explanation and the example of week 9 and 2 is they are the same explanation with the day 1, day 2, and day 3 and day 4. They are similar explanation. And then in behalf of my group mates, I'm Norhania Macadato, and my group mates are Waida, Ali, and Jessie, Musa. And that's all. Thank you.